All right, I want to talk to you real quick about crystals. And I don't mean the kind that give you psychic abilities, but in this case, this is a 40 meter crystal, right? And in here is a piece of quartz crystal. It's usually a disc, and it's sanded down real thin, and that's how you set the frequency, believe it or not. There were women, and they would turn it down on a lathe, and then it would be some type of compound. And then each side of the piece of, I'm not taking this apart to show you. You have to trust me on this. Each side of the round circle of quartz crystal uh, is sometimes plated with silver, and that makes the connection. And this piece of rock, it's quartz. Remember, it's out of the ground, and the quartz has a vein that runs through it. So go read up on it, and they'll tell you there's an X or Y cut. It explains the way it vibrates and what you would use it for. But quartz, when you strike it, it produces voltage. That's where I'm getting at. All right. Now, here's the proof that you might have seen before. You might have seen one of these on what would they be? A stove for outside, a cooking stove, and you press this red button, and you'll hear it snap. Hopefully, you'll hear it snap. Okay. And there's a hammer in there that hits the rock of quartz. And it could be man-made too. It could be a ceramic. And you get a high voltage between this connection here and that connection there. And I know you're going to like, well, why didn't you actually show us? It would have been nice. Well, I got something better than that. All right. I bought this thing at Edmund Scientific, and it's for lighting gas flames. Because my old man would try to use a match, and he would miss so many times. Now, let's see. We're looking in. Oh, man, my eyesight's not that good. Yeah, okay, I can see it on the camera. Wait, everything's out of phase. Oh, come on. See, if I do it this way and look at the camera, see it's flashing down in there. So in here, there's a piece of quartz crystal or man-made, and when you hit this, that clicking noise, it's being hit. And there's a step-up coil in here. There's a step-up coil in here. The voltage that's made when the piece of quartz crystal, whatever they use, when it gets hit, it produces voltage. And then it's very low. The current is higher than you'd expect, but the voltage is very low. So you use a transformer to step it up. All right. I just wanted to show you that because you go through life and you got I think they sell butane lighters for like $2 at the dollar store, and it's got one of these clickers built into it. And when you click it, it lights the butane. All right. You'll say, "Oh, I remember that." Yeah. Okay. And these are from your outside barbecue or propane gas unit. And I was in Edmund Scientific. I bought this, and my father would light matches and and his hands would shake. It was so annoying. So I bought him this, and that solved the problem. But anyway, I was in Edmund Scientific. It's in South Jersey, Barrington, New Jersey, something like that, years ago. And you'd go in, and they had surplus. And I bought maybe 25 of these. And I brought one into work, and I was showing someone. And right away, someone says, "Mine broke. Can I have one of them?" And I sold them. I bought them 50 cents each. I sold them for $1.75. But anyway, for a period of time, I was buying and selling stuff and taking them to flea markets. And there's guys that walk by that when they see this, they know they had to replace one and they want to buy one. It's like $1.75. I'll buy one. I'll buy two of them. Give me another one. Okay. But anyway, I just wanted to explain to you ceramics, basically quartz. They might grind it up and make it. It might be man-made now. I know in the radios, ceramic filters are not quartz filters. What they do is they actually bake them in an oven, I guess they grind the quartz up and mix it with some type of ceramic, and then they mold it, and then they have the girl grind it in so it resonates. I'm not going to show you those things. The odds of me looking over at the tray and grabbing one of them real quick, they tell you, you're not supposed to do that. All right. Okay, I found a bin. Okay. I know how some of you guys are. How do you have all this stuff? Well, I built circuits with these things. This is a ceramic filter, 455, and it's 6 kilohertz wide. It may be 8 poles. I know this is a 6. This one here. This is 6, 5 or 6 wide. 6. And this one is actually out of a Yaesu. At the shortwave store, they would upgrade the radio to a more narrow filter, to like a 4 kilohertz wide. And then these units here they were loose, and they were $1 each surplus, and I bought a bunch of them. And then in the Radio Shack radio, the long distance, you might see these kind of little square ones. All right, this is 455, 6 kilohertz wide. You say, well, why are these two crystals the same size and both be 6 wide? Well, there's a skirt, and the waveform of the skirt is wider with this, but at a certain dB point, it's 6 wide. But on this one, the skirt, they pull the skirt off at a different level of dBs, and this is a better quality, but they're both 6 kilohertz wide. And I got some really good ones for the ICOMs. But yeah, here's an old-fashioned crystal. This one might be 6 megahertz. So I have crystals. I have bins of crystals, different frequencies, and I don't want to get too much into it, telling you some of the things I built. You've seen some of it, but it's a disease, okay? And that's about it. But I just want to tell you, if you take a quartz crystal, you might find a quartz rock on the ground, and you may be able to hook it up, and you hit it with a hammer, and you put an electrode across it, and it's very fast. You might have to use a scope to see it, and you tap it, and then you also can vibrate it, and it'll make sound. And that's what a quartz pickup is. The old ceramic cartridges on the phonograph, they use a piece of quartz, and it might be machined and then regurgitated in little bars, and then they have a tinfoil connection on each side of the bar, and that comes out the back of I told you about the phonograph cartridges. And my mother and sister would break them. My sister went on to break $50 needles on her stereo constantly. And I'd buy it and replace it. And one time my mother said, stop replacing the needles. She needs to learn to treat the phonograph better, or the turntable. My mother did the same thing. The two of them constantly broke either the needle or the pickup. And then they'd say, oh, the stereo isn't working right again. It's them. They break it. And my mother always played the same record, Don Ho, Tiny Bubbles. And after she died, I just happened to open the stereo up, and there was the record all dusted. And she would, every once in a while, she'd just put the same record on. It's actually not funny. It is funny, but it isn't funny. If you have to live it, it's not funny. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you, and you might have one of these that's broken. And I want to tell you a trick that I have. Whenever I have a broken part, I always open it up, see what's in it. All right? That's how I know when you press this down, there's a spring in there. And that allows the thing to snap loose and hit the piece of piezoelectric crystal. That's what they call it, piezo or piezo. I think that's it. All right. I hope that was good for you. Eye candy. Eye candy. Urgh.